been a while. Been a minute since you had somebody to show you a vibe. Well, here I am, you can't run, vibes are here. I'm the one that have you in your feelings, yeah. Like it and you don't wanna feel different, yeah. Give you that good love you craving, just trust me, oh baby.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do the right thing and hit that subscribe button. Today I have for you guys an eyebrow tutorial. I'm just going to put this out there from now because you guys are going to see once I zoom in on my brows. I was actually trying to clean up my brows. I usually tweeze my brows with a tweezer, but I was being super lazy and I decided to use a brow razor. And I end up cutting myself on both brows and I was bleeding. So I actually had to push back doing this tutorial like 3 days so that my brows could heal and stuff. So when I zoom in and you guys see those little like, you know, scars or whatever, that's from me being a fiend and being lazy and using a razor on my brows. So if you guys see that, just ignore it, look past it. Your girl is healing right now and I feel like it happens to the best of us. In the comments, if you've ever cut your brows by accident or like, yeah, with the eyebrow razor, let me know, so I don't feel like I'm the only one. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so now we're going to just use this brow pencil. I actually got this from the beauty supply store. It's usually just in a big cup. This is by Kiss in the color dark brown, and we're just brushing out our brows, making sure our hairs are in place and ready to be drawn on. So now I'm going to start shaping up my brow. This is the fun and easy part, is just trying to get that right shape before you put on that concealer. And the great part about this is it doesn't matter how messy you are because we're going to clean it up after. So at this point, you're just trying to get your perfect shape. And I feel like I've done my brows so often that I usually get my perfect shape on the first go. And if I don't like something, I'll just, you know, wipe it off and start right back again. But yeah, that's really basically all we're doing right now, is finding our perfect shape and filling it in. My hairs, like the hairs on my brows are pretty thick already, thank God. They're not that thin, so there's not much coloring in that I have to do. Mostly I focus on trying to get a good shape on my brows. So that's all I'm doing right now, is just making sure that I love them. And you'll see me like bending down, looking into the mirror and looking back up at the camera, because remember, they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Wait, is it cousins? Cousins, not twins. Something. Leave a comment below if you know exactly what I'm talking about. I forgot what the phrase was, but yeah. So now we're just coloring all of those in, and I'm just looking up, you know, trying to make sure they're good, and I think I'm happy with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to brush out the beginning of my brows, get them all nice and cute, because I kind of like that fading look. And if they're looking a little blocky, I'll just take my fingers, as you can see, to try to get rid of some of the product so that I can have that fading look. But yeah, I just kind of go to town on this with the spoolie, and I just keep making sure that, you know, the hairs, and I'm really particular about my brows. I kind of like the hairs to have like a prickly look in the beginning. So I try to do that and brush the beginning as much as possible. Yeah, thumbs up. We're happy with that. Now we're going in with the LA Girl concealer, LA Pro concealer, and this is in the color medium beige. And I do not know where I got this brush from, but this is the eyebrow brush that I've used for years. It's just a small flat edge brush, and I'm just putting that product right on there, and I'm gonna get ready to shape out these brows, honey. Yes. And I don't know how people like use this brush and actually use it flat, like the edge is actually flat out. I don't know how people do that, but I use it, as you can see. That's the only way that I can draw my brows on, is in that direction. So I just go to town on those, and I like to go back over a few times with the product because I kind of like my concealer to be thick, and as I told you guys before, I have some scarring under my brows, so I tried to make it as thick as possible because remember, we're planning on doing our makeup after this, so you know, don't be shy with the product. That's what I say. And now I'm going to sculpt out the top part and try to give it a cute little point. And that brow looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. And like I said, I'm really big on the product, so I always go back in over again and try to make sure that the product is, you know, nice and heavy and that I'm getting it nice and straight, because remember, the brows sculpt the face, so we want to make sure that they look cute and ready to go. And when I'm done putting on that concealer, I like to go back through with the pencil and clean up any little spots that I may have missed. Ooh, I'm looking at the camera a whole lot. Like, girl, what are you staring at? So at this point, I'm just putting more product back on the brush, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm realizing that you can't really see my scarring that bad. I think it's more noticeable in person, but it doesn't look that bad on camera. So woohoo, shout out to my healing process, because I'm telling you guys, they were looking absolutely crazy when I first cut them up. But yeah, this brow was, you know, this one was good. It like cooperated real well, and I got it on the first go, so thank God for that, because I don't think there's anything worse than having to keep going over and over and over. So now I'm going in with the Morphe brush, and this is an M173, and I'm just going to be buffing that out. I think there was some hair right there, but yeah, we're just buffing that out, trying to blend that into our skin best as possible. And because like I said, we're going to be doing our makeup, I'm not doing it on camera, obviously, this is just for brows, but it doesn't have to be like all the way buffed in completely, because usually you're going to be doing your makeup right over this, so all of that is going to get blended in. But for the sake of the video, I made sure I blended a little bit harder than I usually do, so that it just didn't look crazy on camera. But we try to connect that wing, so we're going to kind of make it look like bat wings at first, and then I go right down through the middle, because I'm trying to make them look identical as possible. So that is what we do, and I'm still just buffing it out, trying to make it look cute. You can kind of see my scarring a little bit more now in the places that you can't, it's not like really buffing out as well. And I go back in with that spoolie just to make the hairs look cute, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.